What made your strictest officer break military protocol? Colonel Harrison was a walking regulation book. 28 years in the Army, ran everything by the manual. Never bent a rule, never made exceptions. We called him the Iron Colonel behind his back. This guy made us shine our boots for indoor briefings, uniform inspections twice daily, reported soldiers for having untucked shirts in the chow hall, even wrote up a lieutenant for using a blue pen instead of black ink on a form. During deployment in Iraq, Harrison's reputation preceded him. Other units warned us about his zero-tolerance policies. No unauthorized gear, no personal modifications to equipment, no casual conversation during duty hours. He'd court-martial you for breathing wrong if there was a regulation against it. Soldiers transferred out just to escape his command. Those who stayed learned to follow every rule perfectly or face the consequences. Then everything changed on a Tuesday morning in September. We were running a routine patrol through a village outside Fallujah. Standard hearts and minds mission, handing out school supplies to local kids. Harrison insisted on accompanying the patrol personally, wanted to ensure we followed proper engagement protocols, had his checklist ready, monitoring every interaction for regulation compliance. That's when the shooting started. Insurgents opened fire from multiple positions. We took cover behind concrete barriers, returning fire according to established rules of engagement. During the firefight, Harrison spotted movement in a damaged building. Small figure darting between rubble. Protocol demanded we treat any movement as potentially hostile, but something made him pause. Instead of calling in artillery or ordering suppressive fire, he grabbed his rifle and moved toward the building alone. Found a little girl, maybe 6 years old, trapped under fallen concrete, both legs crushed, bleeding badly, crying for her mother in Arabic. Harrison's training kicked in, but not his military training, his father training. He had twin daughters back home, same age as this kid. Protocol required him to call for medics, establish a secure perimeter, wait for explosive ordnance disposal to clear the building. Could take hours. This girl didn't have hours. She was dying. Harrison violated every safety regulation in the book, entered an unsecured building during active combat, lifted heavy debris without proper equipment, exposed himself to sniper fire, carried that little girl out in his arms while bullets flew overhead. No backup, no clearance, no authorization. Just a father saving somebody's daughter. The girl survived. Lost one leg but lived. Harrison got her evacuated to the combat hospital, personally rode in the helicopter, held her hand during surgery. When we got back to base, everyone expected him to face disciplinary action. He'd broken protocol so egregiously that careers had ended for less. Instead, Harrison called formation the next morning, stood before the entire company and said something none of us ever thought we'd hear. Yesterday, I learned that some things are more important than regulations. Sometimes being a good soldier means being a good human being first. From that day forward, Harrison changed completely. Still professional, still disciplined, but he started making exceptions, approving compassionate leave requests, overlooking minor uniform violations, trusting his soldiers' judgment. The transformation was remarkable. Morale improved overnight. Soldiers stopped requesting transfers. We became one of the most effective units in the theater. Harrison retired 2 years later with full honors. At his ceremony, he spoke about leadership lessons learned from a 6-year-old girl who taught him when to break the rules. That little girl grew up, became a doctor, sent Harrison a letter years later thanking him for saving her life. She now runs a medical clinic in Iraq, helping other children injured by war. Harrison keeps that letter framed in his office, says it reminds him that sometimes the most important military decision you make has nothing to do with military objectives. The best officers know when protocol serves the mission, and when the mission serves something bigger than protocol.